60 guys have a new home, so I think Brooklyn seems like a pretty good place to start headlines.
I would agree. The NBA's offseason spectacular got underway last night. While there was a good bit of movements, there weren't too many surprises, especially with the top 3 picks. They all went as expected. Duke superstar Zion went #1 overall to New Orleans, while Murray State guard Ja Morant went #2 to Memphis. Rounding out the predicted top 3, Zion's Duke teammate RJ Barrett, who is staying put in NYC with the Knicks. All 3 linked forever, all emotional after their moment.
I don't even seem real that I just shook his hand. I dreamed about this since I was 4. And for it to actually happen, I just thank God for it.
Tell your dad what this means.
It means a lot for both of us. We both know what I've been through. I don't want to get a little emotional up here, man, but I just want to thank him for everything he done for me. He made me who I am today, and I'm just thankful for it all.
I'm excited for him. You know, your children make goals, and they go out and achieve them. You have to be proud, very proud. I'm proud of you, son.
What a great night. Aside from Las Vegas, New Orleans is the premier party destination. One of the hallmarks of this fine southern city is its loyalty and excitement towards their own. Case in point, last night, although it was a done deal from the second the lottery was announced, this was the reaction when Zion to the Big Easy was made official, now perhaps known as the Big E-Z.
Hey, RJ Barrett.
Oh, I was going to say,
what are you talking about?
Well, I thought you were setting up one of your things.
My classic, where are you going with this?
Yeah. Well, now I know. You were going to the headline, Tickled Pink. You know, we wondered, by the way, if the Knicks would screw this up, and they did not.
No, they got their man. Oh, and he's with Spike too?
Lee, yeah.
It's official.
Yeah, now you're a New York Knick. Spike Lee and RJ Barrett having fun. You know who was there last night as well? Brian Windhorst, who was in New York. He was with the Knicks last night. Knicks get their guy with RJ Barrett at 3, Windy. What is the next move for this front office?
Yeah, they had a very calm night. All that action in the top 10, they knew who they were taking. They were very happy to take him and move on. And that means moving on to free agency. And look, things have not broken the Knicks' way over the last few weeks. The Durant injury is obviously a setback for them. It looks like Kyrie Irving is not headed their way. Kawhi Leonard, I do believe, will meet with the Knicks, but I don't think they're a favorite for him. So the Knicks are not going to lose hope. They are going to try to get in with Durant. They do believe that they've got a shot at Durant, regardless of what the trends may say out there. They're going to put an honest effort forward. But this is the big thing I'm going to tell you, Matt. They lead the league in salary cap space. They've got $70 million, but they are making it very clear to everybody who will listen, they are not going to sign second-tier free agents. If they can't get one of the top 3 or 4 guys, they are not going to do a Joakim Noah. They are not going to do Jerome James. They are not going to go out there and spend money on a player who may not be able to make a difference, which means it could be a bit of a quiet summer for the Knicks, and their biggest move could have happened last night.
Yeah, quiet summer for the organization, perhaps not so quiet with the fans, if that in fact is the case. Let's go across the bridge to Brooklyn. Nets opened up more cap room with draft moves. What is next for the Nets?
Yeah, the Nets are doing a slow creep that maybe not being pay attention to, but they made a move last night, trading a first-round pick that cleared $2 million in space. Earlier this week, they didn't qualify Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Now, you may say, big deal. Well, they are right at the cusp of having the 2 max slots that they have been moving towards with that big trade with 2 first-round picks last week to go after Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. That is their goal. They want to break the Knicks' hearts and set themselves up for the next 5 to 10 years. This is their move. They keep heading in this direction. Whether or not they can execute it, you're banking on 2 guys who are famously fickle. But the Nets clearly have a plan and are making moves to put themselves in position to execute the biggest coup in their team history.
Yeah, along with the Nets, the Knicks currently hold the most cap space heading into free agency. Wendy put something perfectly out that I've never heard before. He called it a slow creep. And I'm fine with that. Wendy,
double down.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Jalen Jacoby, coming to you live from Pier 17 at the Seaport District of Manhattan and brought to you by Chase. Jalen, it's that time of year. We have some unfounded irresponsible speculation about free agent Kyrie Irving,
You
and
guys are
there's
so-
an update.
They need to put unprofessional up there.
Very unprofessional. The New York Post is reporting the following about Kyrie. He signed with The Rock. We all thought The Rock, man, he's going to the Nets. Well, guess what? Now, the New York Post is reporting that the Nets might have second thoughts about signing Kyrie Irving if he does not come as a package with Kevin Durant. Interesting. Would you sign Kyrie if you knew you were only getting Kyrie?
If I'm the Knicks or the Nets, I would sign Kyrie if I could in a vacuum. Absolutely, yes. This is an interesting way to distinguish how you're going to handle your free agency if that's true. But let me flip it to if I'm Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
And I heard this news.
Oh, he heard.
And I found it to be true. If y'all don't want me solo, then I ain't coming with him. Because guess what normally happens during seasons? People miss games.
Mm-hmm.
So basically you're saying that you don't want me unless I'm with him, which means that we're like a package deal only, but you would take him without me.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
If they flipped it, this would not be,
Right.
we're thinking maybe not Kevin Durant if he doesn't come with Kyrie. That's not how that works.
But this is the residue of what happened in Cleveland, him not wanting to be there. I actually thought that was a good call, controlling his destiny, not waiting on LeBron James. What happened in Boston, team didn't meet expectations, made it to the conference finals without him, didn't get as far with him. We saw how his personality played out, seemed to be unhappy the entire season, and that mood is something that the team fed off of in a negative way.
Yep.
And they never got over. So I understand this logic that, I probably wouldn't want Kyrie alone, but if I'm the general manager, I'll do it in a heartbeat.
Here's the thing. If you don't have Kyrie, we're going to sign D'Angelo Russell, and then it comes down to D'Angelo Russell or Kyrie for basically the same money. I'm Kyrie all day, every day. So it's like, what are y'all even thinking, Nets, if this is true?
Maybe trying to get Russell cheaper and trying to figure he was a part of what we built right here. And if we get him cheaper, that probably gives us more dollars to go out and get somebody else. But while D'Angelo Russell is an all-star player, like I said yesterday about Middleton, he still needs to prove he can be a perennial all-star.
Yes.
Kyrie Irving has done that and will continue to perform as such.
Well, there is a point guard on the move that we absolutely know about, and that is Mike Conley. He has been traded to the Jazz for a package that includes Grayson Allen, Kyle Korver, Jay Crowder, and the 23rd pick in the draft. What does this move tell you about what the Jazz are planning to do next year?
Rest in peace, Fife Dog. Here's the one thing about Utah that Mike Conley's going to bring. Toughness. Things that don't show up in the box score. Professionalism. A competitive spirit. He's a guy that when Dame Lillard, Steph Curry come to town, can legitimately guard his position.
Yep.
And then go back at them on the other end.
Yep.
As a left-handed player, as you see him as an improved three-point shooter and scorer, David Fizdale encouraged him to be more aggressive, and that has carried throughout his last couple of coaches.
He's quietly been performing really well in Memphis.
And I've been watching him do this since college. As a lefty, he goes to that paint and shoots that right-handed floater.
Floaty.
And in college, I used to always feel like that was a bad shot. And then I'm like, that's his money.
But he makes it 75% of the time.
That's his money.
He's got a real nice floater.
He does. For a lefty to shoot it with his right hand. And you know what else he's going to do? Take some pressure off Donovan Mitchell.
Yep.
Like Spider Mitchell last year, when he came in as a rookie, dominant scorer, showing that he could play make. Last year had to show that he could play make while he wasn't as efficient scoring. Mike Conley now is going to allow him to play on the ball, off the ball, and they're now going to be one of the best backcourts in the league. Now, I don't want to dismiss what Ricky Rubio brings to the table, because Ricky Rubio...
He had a good season.
Ricky Rubio passed that thing and give it to guys and make players better around him. But Mike Conley is just a savvy vet that's just going to add a layer that's better than Ricky Rubio. And the Jazz now with those two in the backcourt and Rudy Gobert as the anchor down low, locked down defensively.
Yep.
they're going to be terrific on that side of the ball.
So when you get traded to a new team, first thing you do is you take to social media and sort of celebrate it and say how interested and excited you are for this new opportunity. Mike Conley did the same thing. So let's take a look at his tweet announcing that he was, going to be part of. What more can I say about my city? You guys made me the man I am today. Memphis is home, always. Time for another chapter. Excited to give all I have to the Jazz and Salt Lake City. However, he previously referred to the city of Utah. The city of Utah. Jalen, is Utah a city?
No.
What city do the Jazz play in?
They play in.
I knew you wouldn't know this. I knew you wouldn't know this.
I know.
I just said the words. I knew you wouldn't know this. When we were preparing this topic, I was like, I'm going to ask Jalen what city the Jazz play in. You were in the Western Conference. You got drafted by Denver. You've been to this city so many times. What city do the Utah Jazz play in?
Salt Lake City.
Boom! There you go. They just said it in your ear, didn't they?
No, they did. I had to take
They said it in your ear. They said it in your ear.
No, here's what I learned to do. You was pressuring me.
I do.
Hurry up! And when that's happening, when the storm is happening, I get calm. I get calm. Let me take a deep breath and come up with this man's answer. So, but I'm not going to clown Mike Conley for his tweet because I would have tweeted something like that.
Of course you would have.
It happens.
It happens.
It happens.
What city do the Jazz play in?
Salt Lake City.
Good job. When we come back, interesting proposal about Kevin Durant's future.
That was a great exercise about my lack of listening.